betting race. Let me tell you about it, shall we? Because Homesman, he looks the natural speed in the race. He went up favourite with Sportsbet. We opened up at $5 into $3.90, and now he's just sneaking out to that $4.60 from 9 a.m. this morning because Paradis won 2 races up on the Gold Coast there during that Magic Millions series, and she is very, very popular. So at $4.60, in from $4.80 today, and then $6.50 into $5, non-conformist. You know he was terrific last start. Will he roll forward and sit on speed here? That's the question from that outside barrier. Into $5. Shared Ambition. Great to see him back to his winning ways last start, and he's rock solid in that $6 mark. So Paradis, Nonconformist and Shared Ambition, we're holding more money on those horses than we are on Homesman. Yeah, work it out. And then look at Regal Power. He won the All-Star Mile here and you're getting $9.50. What about the Money Men? Yes, powered by Sportsbet. Julian Valance will be talking about and reviewing the weekend's racing as Benny Clifton is looking after his new son, Sonny Clifton. Let's go back to the boys.
We still have someone alive in the Pick 7 for $100,000. They've picked 6 consecutive winners, had Portland Sky in the previous. Dead Heat counts as a winner in the Pick 7 game. Who have they got in the last, Hutch?
Terry M. M might stand for money if Homesman can get the cash in the last. Let me tell you, good luck to Terry. That's some effort.
This mounting yard for their Dig Out Stakes is proudly brought to you by Saney. Moving tomorrow, today.
Race number 9, Carlton Draft, Peter Young Stakes, weight for age, Group 2, 1,800 metres, and we start our mounting yard presentation with the All-Star Mile winner. He was brilliant here at Caulfield. He returns today, Regal Power.
Yeah, it didn't sort of work out for him, of course, back in the spring, Zed, but look, his All-Star Mile form showed that he's good enough to win a race like this. And
the team have been absolutely flying today. They've dead heated in the previous. Arcadia Queen just missed. They've come across with horses ready to go. They're not needing the run and going to continue to improve. Well, they will improve, but I would assume that he's here ready to go.
Jane, he was awesome in the summer and the autumn, disappointing with issues in the spring. He's back today. How is he?
He looks fabulous. He looks far better than he did when I saw him in the spring, where he was a bit backward in the coat. He's got a brilliant shine to his coat today. He looks forward in condition and he's lovely, relaxed.
A dual dual Australian Cup winner in number 2 in Harlem for Lindsay Park. He's rising 10. He's been a marvel.
Yeah, that was the last time he won a race, actually, Richo. It was 713 days ago. Look, he's pretty consistent and he'll strip fitter for the first up run. Never been a prolific winner here at Caulfield, but I think I might have spot more likely today.
3 is Homesman. He flies fresh, a little cut in the ground today. I know it's been upgraded to a good 3, but there's some cushion there that'll suit him.
Oh, he's drawn out wide. He might find a good spot there, and we know how good he is fresh. That's the right time to catch him for sure, Zed, and he loves Caulfield. He'll be a tough one to get past.
He's drawn out a little bit wide. You'd assume that he rolls forward to control, you know, the race to some degree. I'm just questioning, last time when he won fresh up at Moonee Valley, it was a day which was suited to his style in that he was able to find the front and dominate. He doesn't get those conditions. He's a quality horse, but I'd prefer to back a few others in this race than Homesman personally.
He's a big, gross horse. He's difficult to assess, but we know he flies fresh and he's got a laid-back manner about him, showing no signs of freshness. 4
is Angel of Truth, the ATC Derby winner of 2019. Hasn't won since. Team Hawks.
Started $51 in the Ore. Was a sound return. He'll strip fitter for that run and step in the right direction up to 1,800 here, but I just want to watch him again.
5 is Still Prince, the return of a horse, the Geelong Cup winner. He's had a number of spins around in the Melbourne Cup. He's a terrific stake.
Yeah, $17 chance at the moment. Fresh up. He's never really been known as a fresh horse, and they'll have other targets over further, so I'll watch him with other races in mind.
Yeah, he's come back in carrying nice condition, but one thing I will say about him is he's much more relaxed than he normally is in a fresh up parade, and he hasn't got anywhere near as warm. So, look, that might be an indication that he could run a top race first up.
Chapata for Mike Moroney and Daniel Stackhouse. He can run a race fresh.
Yeah, the Herbert Power winner won second up last prep, and he did run well on the naturalism behind Order of the Garter, so he's rarely far away, is he? I sort of discarded him a little bit, probably too much when I went through the form, and $13 seems a pretty fair price about a horse that, like him, he'll get better over further, but he could run well over this trip.
He generally tightens up a little bit with a run under his belt. This is a typical first up parade from him. He's very professional on race day.
Night's Watch now with Archie Alexander. So has had 3 runs for the new stable. Visors applied today.
$31. Look, I just wanted to see a little bit more. He was in a slowly run race, of course, last time out, and his run in the Lord Stakes was okay. Just wanted to see a little bit more leading in, but he's got fitness on his side.
He's parading like a really happy, healthy horse. He looks in outstanding order, as he has done all preparation. He's a hard one to catch. I've been with him in his last couple. Look, no knock on him. He looks fabulous again today.
8 is Shared Ambition. He's unbeaten at this track. Chris Waller's had a good day in Sydney. He's looking for his first Melbourne winner.
Yeah, he's as a talented galloper, Zed. He put the writing on the wall with a good win first up, and he's got to be a leading chance, as the market suggests.
Yeah, he's a quality individual. I love the way that he toughed it out. And he's maybe a horse that's best suited around this sort of mile to 2,000 metre range. They've stretched him out further looking to Cups campaigns in the past, but he's had a terrific record here at Caulfield as well in previous attempts when he's been here.
Yeah, he's sitting nicely on the bit. He's lovely and settled in the yard. He's got a brilliant colour to his coat, and he's obviously had the benefit of a run under his belt. He's produced a really nice parade here.
Nonconformist, an eye-catcher in the Carline Cup, second up today.
Never looked like winning, but worked to the line well over the mile, Zed, and it was too slowly run for him. But up in trip, probably more of a test here. That'll suit, and he'll strip a bit fitter too.
Yeah, huge swing in the way the races are being run today. They were last time. He was locked away on the fence. He never really got the chance to build when he needed to, whereas today he's drawn wide. That's a tick. He should be improved at 1,800 metres. I made this horse on Thursday night my best bet of the day at Caulfield, and I'm keen to be with him.
Lovely athletic horse, and he'll certainly appreciate the step up and trip here. And I think he's really brightened up since his first up assignment too, so an improver.
10 and 11 are scratchings, and Paradis, the mare, did a terrific job up at the Gold Coast. She's had a wonderful preparation all through spring and summer, and she's still going.
They've kept it going, and Danny O'Brien's done a brilliant job with her. She's fit, she's racing well, she had a little trip away. The market likes her today. I'm not surprised. It's hard not to like her recent form, Zed.
She's racing really well, but I'm just concerned from that inside gate. She's going to take a really good ride from John Allen. She's taking on far superior opposition today than what she met at the Gold Coast. She's been well placed by Danny O'Brien, but I thought she was under the odds at 460.
She's come back from the Gold Coast in fantastic order. She's very bright and very well in the yard. I would not be surprised if she features in this.
All right, team, it's been a great day. Finish in style. Well, Brent's already said it's his best bet of the day, Nonconformist. What are you thinking, Hutch?
Yeah, I'm with Nonconformist. Look, I think you're getting a decent price. You probably need it. Shared Ambitions returning good form. Parody, Regal Power haven't really done anything out of the box here. It should be a good race, but I'm just hoping second up Nonconformist can get his head in front. What about you, Zed?
Yeah, I'm pretty keen on Nonconformist chances today. I think he's a good gamble at around $5. The race just never panned out at all for him first up, and he should be suited by the way things are panning racing today, getting away from that inside section. I think he'll be very well placed. Homesman is I suppose, the yardstick, the horse that he needs to beat, and then down to Paradis and Shared Ambition, but quite keen on Nonconformist.
Number one on top for me, Regal Power. He's just returned an outstanding order. Didn't really come up in the spring and didn't really look great in the yard either. He was very backward in the coat. He was incredibly bright today. Forward in condition, looks ready for this. Was lovely and settled in the parade. So just given that improvement that we've seen between campaigns, he goes on top. Night's Watch looked outstanding, but I just don't think I can jump on him again. He'll probably win because I've got off him today, but I couldn't knock his parade. Outside of that, Paradis, I think she's come back from the Gold Coast in super order.
All right, here we go, 460 each at 2. It's a cracking betting race. Last I crossed to you. It is on Homesman. So Paradis taking Homesman on for a clear-cut favourite here, and she's drawn nice and low, gets a nice cheap run. It was good to see them make ground closer to the fence in race 8, the Oakley Plate. But Shared Ambition's holding good money. Look at this, $5.50, rock solid $6.50 into $5.50 Nonconformist. That's where the money is. And then you got stacks of value outside of that. Chapada's even had a nibble. It's open. There's no market mover. They've been on fire today. On behalf of Sportsbet, good luck in the last.
Graham Begg, Nonconformist. This looks like the ideal step up for him from his first up assignment. Was this always the target?
Yeah, look, it's a natural transition. If you go back through the history of his main target, the Australian Cup, Peter Young's the ideal race, 1800 into the Australian Cup 2000 in 2 weeks' time.
He does look like a horse that is going to get better when he gets over a little bit further, but as far as a progressive stayer goes, you couldn't be more happy with what you've seen from him this time round. Yeah, well, he came through the run very, very well. Even straight after he ran in the Carline Cup, you know, he pulled up so well post-race, and we're really, really happy with him. So, you know, he hasn't taken a backward step, and, you know, as I said, natural transition to go to this race, and on into 2 weeks' time, the Australian Cup. Step up and trip's going to suit him today. What sort of run would you like him to have from the barrier? Just drawing a little bit of a sticky gate, drawing out a little bit. He's just going to roll across, hopefully midfield cover, and see what happens. And yeah, hopefully he'll be running on. And the track seems to be playing very fair. And all credit to Jason and his team. They've done a great job after, you know, a pretty hot week, and, you know, they had probably had a bit of criticism saying it was going to be too hard, but I think most horses have been very comfortable with the way it's run today. With the Australian Cup being his target, what do you need to see from him out there today? Finishing off hard. Good luck with him. Thank you.
There is Graham Begg, the trainer of Nonconformists. So it is your Saney dig out as well, Hutchie. Nonconformist, one of the key chances in the last.
Yeah, your best of the day. I hope you're right, Zed. And I've always had a bit of time for Nonconformists. You know, some horses that you have a little bit too much faith in. He certainly fits that category for me. But he's had genuine excuses when he hasn't won, as was the case last start. And best of days, just got a very cheap run on the lead. But I think he'll be ready to do his thing, and hopefully for Graham Begg he can. And Graham, of course, having a winner last night was a nice win too, wasn't it, early at the night at the Valley? So stable going along all right. He's got a nice horse in Nonconformist.
His team is firing on all cylinders, is Graham Begg. Good luck to our man playing the pick 7.
Yes, Terry M. Wow. What an effort. He's got Homesman, for those of you at home. 100,000 he wins, all out, all on his own. Can wave to the crowd.
For a free game, pick 7. What a revelation. Back this week on racing.com, and hopefully we can see a single winner of the major prize. There's no having to share it. It's all or nothing here for Terry M.
How do you reckon he's feeling?
Well, I hope we've got some like goggle box vision of Terry. Hopefully he's got the camera set up, or his family or friends are around him. Someone's put the camera on him. It's that easy to get a camera now, a phone, an iPad. Any way you can do it, make sure we've got some footage of Terry, because if Homesman can win, the celebration would be sensational to see, and just the pure elation, the emotion, if he can win $100,000 off a free game. But regardless of whether he's going to get the 100, if he's picked 6 in a row thus far, you'd like to be thinking he's having a good day. Anyway.
He should have been having a good day, that's for sure. And the last few have not been easy as well. Dead heat with Portland Sky. What about that?
Imagine the wait when he was looking for the photo to come through. He would have been feeling as nervous as Matt Laurie or Grant Alana Williams, Willie Pike, or even Tio Nugent. But what a story it's been. What a day of racing it's been here at Caulfield. And we've still got one more to come. Let's head up to Matt Hill.
It's rock hard fitness against a couple here. Moving forward for the Peter Young. So Parody is in with Harlem and Night's Watch. Angel of Truth and Shared Ambition in the stalls with Homesman, Nonconformist, Chapada, Steel Prince and Regal Power. The final 4 to come along, so they're getting pretty close over there, pretty efficient. Chapada comes up, Nonconformist, who should be suited out in the better going today. Steel Prince goes up to a middle alley, and that will leave Regal Power. The Peter Young at Group 2. Terrific crescendo to a great day. Regal Power completes the line with Willie Pike. And the field is set to go and racing immediately. The favourite Parody from barrier number 1 jumped well with Homesman, and right behind them Harlem and Steel Prince. Further back Night's Watch, who's a lot closer, driving up almost behind the leaders, and then Shared Ambition from Nonconformist, Chapada, Regal Power, Angel of Truth, and they're certainly not going that hard as they reach the 1450. Just finding their way here. Homesman is going to work up the hill and lead Parody and Night's Watch. Steel Prince outside of Harlem. Then came Shared Ambition, who's caught deep. Further back Chapada's keeping it out there from Regal Power, Nonconformist, and last of all Angel of Truth at the 1200. Homesman the front runner, 3/4 of a length in front of Parody. Night's Watch as they chop and change is behind the speed, and Steel Prince wider. A length to Harlem 5th, and then came Shared Ambition. Then came just worse than midfield Regal Power from Chapada, Nonconformist, 3 wide with a back to follow, and 2 lengths Angel of Truth. To the side of the course at the 850, it's Homesman by a half length, Parody and Steel Prince posted now. Night's Watch fourth, the inner from Harlem. Shared Ambition 3 wide with cover. Next, Regal Power. They're tightly packed from Chapada, Nonconformist and Angel of Truth. So Homesman, 600 metres to go. Parody keeping it up to its work. It leads by about a neck, Homesman. Then came Night's Watch and Steel Prince. Shared Ambition now bustled along 4 deep. Nonconformist forced to come 5 deep on the final turn, even wider. Night's Watch is going to cap the corner, and behind them Harlem. So it's Homesman and Parody. Parody strikes the front, 250 from home. Then Night's Watch, Shared Ambition, Nonconformist whacks away. Chapada runs on. Parody at the 150. Homesman's brave. Shared Ambition, Nonconformist and Chapada. Still Parody from Homesman. A wall chases, but the mare is brave and she won, Parody. From Shared Ambition, photo third. Homesman, Steel Prince, Nonconformist all there. Chapada not beaten far from those. They were followed next in the field by towards the outside Angel of Truth, Harlem, Night's Watch and at the end Regal Power.
Oh, thrilling finish, the Peter Young Stakes. Have a look at that. It's a blanket finish between 6 and 7 horses. There's some eye catchers behind the winner, but let's concentrate on the winner because she's a bona fide star for the Anderson family. Hasn't she been a ripper? She raced all the way through the spring. She went up during the summer here in Melbourne at Caulfield. She ran in the Lord Stakes. She ran second at Defibrillate. Doesn't that look a good form reference in hindsight? Went up to the Gold Coast. She won at Wait for Age. Then she won an open race when she was against them all at the weights. She thrashed them there. She comes back to Melbourne and she wins the Group 2 Peter Young. A ripping performance, Parody. Shared Ambition runs second. Homesman will be third. Steel Prince is an eye catcher. Chapada's an eye catcher. Even Angel of Truth eye catchers for further on. Hutch, lot to dissect out of this.
Nice ride from Johnny Allen. He was stuck on the inside, and then when Homesman crossed, he managed to just pop off and sit outside Homesman at a key stage early in the race, and it gave him the option almost to control the tempo of the race. Look, ultimately, what did we have? About a length and a half covering 7 runners, 8 runners. So it's been an interesting race. First impressions, not much tempo, on pace suited. Johnny Allen's given it a nice ride. A couple of good runs in defeat, but Parody is just absolutely flying for Danny O'Brien and a well-executed plan. A nice ride from the inside gate because in the first 50 metres, he pushed up and he allowed, because they were sort of racing off the fence, he went from the inside, switched across Homesman's heels and then got into that spot. And I think that's been the winning move because if he travelled on the inside for the entirety of the race, he would have been trying to work to get away from that part of the track. That was a very smart ride from John Allen, well executed in the first half. Well, not even the first half, and basically in the first 100 metres. Let's get to Jason Richardson.
Ben Gleeson joins me representing Dan O'Brien, who's just had to leave the course. Ben, he'd be so proud of this mare, isn't she? A marvel.
She is. She's had a wonderful preparation, and to go up to Queensland and win 2 races on the bounce and then come back here, she's had a big prep all the way through the spring. She's been ever consistent. I don't think she's missed a place the whole prep, so she's just a champion mare and fantastic result for Robert Anderson. He's a very loyal client of ours and deserves this. She obviously came through the Magic Millions really well. Yeah, she bounced. She came back down to Bowen Heads and she's had a quiet time down there, but we gave her a gallop a week and a half ago now and she just jumped out of the ground and we thought, gee, she's still going as good as ever, if not improved more. And that just shows today by winning a good race and beating some decent horses. It's interesting, you say decent horses, you look at this field and you look at the run, she was there as a sitting duck and there's some quality Group 1 performers charging at it and she was still too strong. Yeah, it's fantastic. It just shows the quality she is and with age and with a deeper prep, she's just continued to improve. So hopefully we can go on to bigger and better things. Can we squeeze the lemon again? Well, what's next? Yeah, look, if she won that race, which thankfully she has, we were thinking about the Australia Cup. It's a race that's profiling okay for her and it's 2 weeks' time, so if she bounces out of this run and shows us what she has for the past couple of months, then there's no reason why we shouldn't go there. Congrats. Thank you.
Move from Johnny Allen in the early stages. This is shortly after the start. You can see he's on the inside, and then when Homesman comes across with Jai McNeil, he lets it go and then switches off and then gets to the outside. So this is a really clever piece of riding in the first, on almost sort of 200 metres, but he allows the leader to get across him. You can see him, he's just continuing to edge sideways, and once Homesman does eventually cross, he's in the perfect position. That was a really smart piece of riding from John Allen. He's now with Jason Richardson.
Well, Johnny, we're just dissecting the race, and the boys saying the first 200 metres was the winning move. You let Homesman go in front and then got off his heels and got to the outside and got away from that inside section.
Yeah, that, and obviously she's a race fit mare too. There was a few in the race that were probably first up, so just didn't want to get dictated to and made it a slow one race. So look, I was able to flow into the race when I wanted to, and yeah, look, she was good and strong to the line.
Yeah, she was exposed a long way out, wasn't she? But she was just so tough.
Yeah, she just travelled that well around the corner. I kind of waited for as long as I could, and I had to go then. But might have been just waiting for him a little bit in front, because I reckon when she heard him there with 50 to go, she half picked up again. So yeah, look, she's a good, honest mare, and Danny and his team have her in great form. And heads towards an Australian Cup. You know a little bit about that. She might be hard to beat there. Yeah, definitely. Look, she's in good form and she's race fit, so she'll be definitely in there with a lively chance. Well done. Thank you.